Hello and welcome to the subscriptions talk for my subscriptions that came out the 4th of July. Now, if you watch any of my previous videos, I said how they got messed up because my online subscription service did not ship during the 4th, so I actually just got them today and gonna run through this. I ordered them from least favorite to most favorite, and the last one is my pick of the week. Although there wasn't many duds here, like even though this Punisher book is first, it was still a good book. There's no chance that I'm going to drop this. I like this a lot. It's just, it seems like it was really slow for me. Love the artwork in this. The story is that the Punisher and Rachel here, the Marine Sergeant, they team up to infiltrate like a boat party / auction. And I feel that Rachel's going to turn into a female Punisher. That was one of my original predictions when she started talking about what happened to her. It's getting closer here. She doesn't quite have like a Punisher costume or anything, but there's a point where Frank gets caught infiltrating, and then he's getting beaten, and she takes like the owner of the boat. Well, I guess she seduces him, and he takes her into the engine room, and she kills him with her shoe, and then wires the boat to blow up with C4. She blows the boat up, and then everybody's trying to get away. And then the final panel is they stole an armature that belonged to Doc Ock, and I can't wait to see where that's going with this. But then I flipped the page, and it had the preview for the next cover, and it had Rachel on the cover in a Punisher outfit. So I was pretty pumped about that my prediction came true, although it's probably not a hard prediction. A lot of people probably made that. Good book, though. Animal Man 11. This is the first Animal Man I jumped into. I didn't think I was going to start until number 12, which is the new storyline. But apparently this was on my list, so I got it anyway. But, I mean, I guess it was alright because it gave me a little idea of who he is and what's going on. I don't have a lot to say about this. I like the artwork. The artwork was really good. There's a lot of signals. Oh, no, Cliff signals that the rot is coming at the end. He, says that it's coming, and then he, passes out. I could imagine how fun that this book would actually be to draw, because you basically, you follow the story, but you turn him into any animal you want, pretty much any variation of it, too. And it just seemed to me like it'd be a really fun book to draw. I like that a lot, too. Not, pumped for the next one. Deadpool number 57. Deadpool gets stuck on the Trapster. I think this is it can't be because of the end, but I think there's a new story arc starting the next issue, but this is kind of the filler / end of the Reborn, where he didn't have his regeneration factor. He still doesn't have it, but Deadpool's always a fun read, always makes me laugh. A few things in this one is he saves the Trapster, and then, and then just tells him to go to hell. That's basically what happens. He told him he'll turn him into a one-man centipede. That made me laugh a lot. A one-man human centipede. Anybody familiar with the human centipede, that's pretty funny and gross. He uses the Trapster's glue gun to kill he makes the robots kill each other because they get confused. Upon meeting up with him and Taskmaster are at the place where they're storing the PIM particles, and Deadpool calls them pimp particles. He thinks that's what they're called. Taskmaster is just, so happy to see Deadpool, and Deadpool just punches him. That made me laugh, too. There's always these little things in Deadpool book. It's common for a Deadpool book, but it still makes you laugh. Deadpool eventually breaks the container that contains the PIM particles, and him and Taskmaster jump down a toilet to escape. And upon escaping, they're, in a sewer, and Taskmaster is complaining how bad it smells. And Deadpool says, "That's weird. I didn't think it would smell because you're a turd anyway." Once again, very funny to me. Then it's discovered that Taskmaster sold out Deadpool to the Black Box. And I don't know if anybody knows who the Black Box is, but he was a pretty main part in the Cable and Deadpool series. So, I know who he was. But, I don't know, hopefully they either go a different direction with him, or they make him a little cooler, because he wasn't that awesome in the Cable and Deadpool series. Obvious Deadpool, great, fun read. Action Comics number 11. The book talks about the repercussions of, and the reason for Superman killing Clark Kent. Well, I guess he didn't really kill him, but he died. he actually talks about it with Batman, and it's discovered that his new secret identity is Johnny Clark. He's a fireman, and because Johnny Clark's a loner, it allows Superman to be Superman 24/7. So that was a pretty cool thing. And Lois Lane gets hit by a bus in this. Is she dead? I'm not sure. I'm waiting to see what happens. There's the guy comes down and takes Susie. He's a mutant. They call him Spaceman. I'm not exactly sure what he is, or I'm not too familiar with the storylines going on because just jumped in here this one as well. I think I have 1 through 4, and I read those, but I got to get those in between ones. But the last panel it's the Spaceman and Susie holding hands flying away. And then the second story in this, it's called Clothes Encounter. And there's a store owner selling shirts that are identical, or that are the replicas of the ones that Superman came to make. Because of that terrible costume, which is just like a t-shirt, a cape, and jeans. Needs to change. It's bad. Everybody says it though, so I'm not going to, that'll be the last time I say it. But he says that he made the original shirt, and he was telling it, and then the guy there with him, he's a tourist, he's there with his buddy who lives there, and his buddy tells him to not buy it, and they walk around the corner, and he says, everybody tells that story. And there's, just t-shirt shops that say that in the window, that they make the original and everything, and, it was pretty funny. I like the little comedic things in Action Comics. AVX 7. Loved this book. Now, there was almost a 4-way fight between pick of the week here, although this one was in the bottom of the 4. I love how powerful Scarlet Witch is in this. It blows my mind how powerful she is and how feared she is. Scarlet Witch is my favorite female character. Unbelievable. Only one that the Phoenix Five sees as a threat, and I love that. There is a wonderful scene where Emma Frost is in full Phoenix glory coming at Scarlet, and Scarlet just shows no fear. And that was awesome to me. Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, actually hurts Magic, and she's blown away by that. She also sends Namor back to Utopia without as much as a thought. She just says, "Be gone," and he's back at Utopia. It seems like sects of the Phoenix Five are forming, different groups inside the Phoenix Five. Emma and Namor share a moment and they kiss. And then the final panel is Namor rushing in on the lakes of Wakanda, and he's attacking Black Panther and all the Avengers that are there. I have a few predictions of what's going on. They might be completely wrong. Some of them are pretty bold. I feel like the next issue, Cyclops is going to destroy Namor for being, insubordinate. And I also feel like the big, really bold one I'm saying right now is that Scarlet Witch will be the one who gets the Phoenix Force. Because it was discovered in here, it's just a quick pass-by line, but that their energies are similar. Her hex power in the Phoenix Force is similar. So I feel like she's going to be the one that the Phoenix Force inhabits, and I don't know what's going to happen, but that's what I feel is going to happen. And I'm super stoked for it. So great book. Earth 2 number 3. This is another one that was in the 4-way battle royale to see what the book of the week would be. It opens with Alan Scott recovering from the train explosion that happened at the end of Earth 2 number 2. And there's this mysterious green fire that tells him he's going to be, the next, savior. And he has to stand in Superman's, stead. And there's a beautiful scene after the fire tells him that he's going to be the Green Lantern, and then it switches over to the Hawkgirl and Flash panel, where everything is just dying, and it's another rot. The rot is just rushing through everything in this. It takes out the Empire State Building, it goes to the White House. It's just gorgeous. It's discovered that Alan's Green Lantern ring is actually going to be the ring he was going to give to his boyfriend Sam on the train right before it exploded. Love this. I have the only thing about the Green Lantern costume I have a problem with is it looks like the Parallax costume, and that's just a little off for me. I wish he had the orange cape, but I know, it's not going to be the same. At the end, last panel, Solomon Grundy comes. It's an unbelievable panel. I can't wait for the next book. I'm a big fan of Solomon Grundy. I usually don't say that. I'm not a big fan of undead characters, zombie characters, anything like that, but I absolutely loved it. So, pumped for the next one. Great book. Number 2, I could actually say both of these are pick of the week, because that's how much I love them. I was at my local comic store and I picked this up and I was just leafing through it. It's the Infernal Man-Thing #1 of 3, the miniseries. And I did not like the artwork at all. For some reason, I hated it. The cover is completely different from the interior artwork. But upon reading the letter at the beginning, I discovered that this thing's been in the works for years, like years and years. And the artist, Kevin Nolan, I guess hand-painted every panel in this. Like, every page is hand-painted. Obviously not in each issue, but the originals are hand-painted. And it's written by the late Steve Gerber. Excuse me. And it seems to be like a kind of twisted autobiography that Steve maybe believed that he wanted his life to be or something. There's not a lot of Man-Thing in it. It's based off of, it was called like the Song of the Swamp Man or something along those lines, or the Dead Man. But that's what it's based off of, and I mean, I hope the Man-Thing comes in more in the next 2 issues, but if not, it's still a good story. They also reprint Man-Thing 12 in the end of this, which is a very good read. And the second pick of the week, because they're both pick of the weeks, I will give them both, is Wolverine 310, The Return of Sabretooth. Super pumped on this, but don't understand why they released it before 309. Simone Bianchi art, love it. Starts out, Wolverine is saving Cloak. He's chained to the top of the Empire State Building. You don't see Cloak a lot, so that was cool. So Cloak and Dagger are both in this. Cloak whispers that Sabretooth has Dagger and then dives off the building. It comes to be believed that Cloak released Romulus from the Darkness Dimension. Wolverine fights him, destroys him. A Jean Grey samurai shows up to actually finish him off, and I don't know who it is or what it's about. And kisses Wolvie and tells him to go to the Weapon X facility to get answers. So when he goes there, he just sees many, many different tubes full of Sabretooths. So apparently he was just being cloned, and the original Sabretooth actually burst forward in the last one. Like in the last panel, and burst forward and said there's only one original. So I'm thinking that he killed a clone the first time, and then they've just been, getting cloned since then. So there's like an army of Sabretooths, but the original is back, and I'm so stoked on this. Love this cover. Pick of the week, along with Man-Thing 1 of 3. Hope to have my single-issue ramblings up about the Batman Earth 1 hardcover shortly. I hope you guys enjoy, and remember, have a great day.